Welcome back, everyone.
Welcome back to Wrevample IM. I'm your host, Mr. Ghost Sponge. This is episode number 14, and today we are talking about a vast nothing, like the never-ending story that is happening in our minds right now. There is an evil upon us, and the storm is getting bigger and bigger. And I am a little bit like Noah when I say this, but there is a very large storm happening right now in our minds. You can hear it at night within the community as, before you go to sleep. The storm is subtle as you are. In the moment of your waking memories, maybe because there is a dream world, and I will be the first to tell you because I hear the voices 24/7. And I have seen this storm in the back of my mind too. It is getting so large that I feel like maybe it is possible for the dream world and this one to collide. Dreams are a lot like books. When you are reading, I know you guys can hear the voices. Don't pretend that you don't have to go to like a really quiet place to read, because I know that if you don't, you're going to hear the voices just like I do. That's what the storm is, and it continues to grow. I believe that this evil is feeding off our inner voices. And okay, so our inner voices, there's a lot of people who are non-nefarious, and there's a lot of people who do drugs. And at some point, I feel like a lot of us have lost our inner voice. Research suggests that our inner voice helps us with our recall, our ability to increase our memories, and our speech. I do not know what type of enemy we are facing down, but if you are listening, please take this seriously. It is important that we are trying our hardest to confide in ourselves, but especially important and equally as important that we confide in others as well. So, if you are like me and you have virtually no one to talk to, try communicating with another entity, a lot like a third-party source. And I know a lot of those third parties, they're a lot like OnlyFans, but there are actually a handful of people who will support you, even if it's just to check up on you. And I myself have been in contact by someone who is something of a celebrity, and I communicate with her because it is easy for me to express myself to her, and I know she can hear me. The conversation we are having is a lot to do with my productivity, and like I said, I am in contact with an entity. And just like a story from a book, there is a vastness covering and blotting out the light in our minds, killing our consciousness. Maybe they're even replacing our consciousnesses. They're not only killing our conscious, they're trying to replace our conscious. And that's why I'm going back to this third party, because if there is an evil happening, trying to attack people who are lonely or isolating, people who don't have any real friends. I mean, think about all the people who don't have real friends, people who just, are all about business. And, I am also in the loop here because I have noticed how direct this entity is being. And it seems to me like she wants to know some personal information. And the rule of thumb, I mean, I'm being very subversive about this, but I'm not talking about like narcs or like cops or anything. The rule of thumb is that you do not give direct, you do not answer a direct question in regard to anything, personal or not, because it just makes good sense. My consciousness tells me that there is a threat. I'm going to go on a limb here and just say that this entity of this kind of exercise comes from a collective people who are actually high-level thinkers. They're very nefarious, and they believe that we are all corrupted. But just know that they are also very anal about business, just like we are. We're all very anal about business, and they are even more anal about business because that is ultimately all they care about. So I believe we are dealing with a bookkeeper. I know that's kind of demonic, like we're watching Grimm or something, but I feel like the best way to describe this evil is like a bookkeeper. And all they want is our souls. All they want is our consciousnesses. They were trying to replace some part of our minds, and they just need a contract. So if you do, get in some sort of rut here, just remember what I said and, keep it original.